I did my best. I did my best. I did my best. And that's how we're opening the episode.
You certainly did. I'll give you some claps.
Oh, was that actually pretty quality?
That was pretty quality.
It felt pretty emotional because my eyes are sweating underneath this mask.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to another episode.
Welcome to another episode of the podcast.
Tight podcast.
Pretty special, pretty impromptu episode. Pretty historic, I might add.
You know, in a sense, we're completely jumping off what we last said, which is that we have hiatuses. We said no hiatus this time. We were actually lying that episode. No.
Unless for whatever reason this episode doesn't get posted when it should.
Then it'll completely be the same
Just
thing.
know when you're listening to this, no hiatus.
No hiatus.
Good intentions.
We tried. We did our best.
We did our best. That's why we had to.
That's what we're letting you know ahead of time. We did our best.
But as I was saying, even having to add the word historic to the episode. Why? Well, this is the first episode, excuse me, first episode with all three members of the Painfully Tight crew.
What's up, everybody?
We got young knees. We got little knees.
Little knees. Welcome to the podcast. You've been on a couple episodes, actually.
Yeah.
Already at this point.
Yeah.
Only one that got posted, though.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And each episode was just with either of us.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, much like Hannah Montana, you're getting the best of both worlds. Now, how's that feel? I mean, it's not like you don't already know us, but
yeah, I mean, basically,
you're about to be a part of the
this
crazy.
Is what's cool about this is that this is what we normally are. When we do the podcast, you sit out.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, this is what we do when we're not recording.
Yeah.
So this is very cool.
So you're getting to hear what we do in its most natural state. See how this is gonna be. Did we you know what? Do we want to comment on this at all? Is this something?
Yeah, so let's go into this. So because, as you know, if you're still listening, you're only listening.
Mm-hmm.
You can't see the podcast.
Can't see
One day, when y'all start supporting this more, maybe.
You need to give us more love.
We'll be able to afford to have video.
And tell
But
your
for
friends
now-
about us, too.
But for now, we will just let you know. Just give you regular updates of how we look.
The visuals.
This is something we're going to do from now on.
See how well your imagination skills are these days.
So right now, I'll describe myself first. Because I have the more normal appearance.
Yeah.
Let's start with the outfit. Tank top. To describe how I'm wearing it, kind of buffly. A little bit, not gonna lie. Bottoms, jeans. Basic. On the feet, Vans. Dirty.
Dirty.
And on my face, a mask pulled halfway down. Over my chin. The way you're not supposed to wear it.
Mm.
But I like to break the rules.
He's a rebel at heart.
On the top, fresh haircut. Courtesy of your boy to my right.
Yeah. I do what I do.
And 5-year-old glasses that need to be replaced.
5-year-old. I like you saving that for the last. I like that.
And now, though, I guess he wants me to explain this for him.
I want to see what you have to say about this. I don't.
So, to start off with the fit, let's start with the fit. All right. My boy has on fresh out the package, crispy black wife beater that's perfectly caressing his well-muscled back and chest.
Appreciate that's big ups right
That's
there.
how he's wearing that wife beater right now. You need to know that because you can't see it. Laying on top of the muscly chest wearing wife beater is a chain. Little flex, medium flex.
It's my holy prayer dog tag.
On the bottoms, some fresh out the plastic joggers. Nice ones. Clean. On the feet, you're just gonna speed past it. Slides. Under Armour slides.
Yeah,
And so
what it
not
is.
the cheap shit.
I believe you meant to slide past that.
Yeah.
Missed
So
opportunity.
as you hear that, it's honestly a pretty nice fit. It's a pretty nice fit. You go to the top. Haircut. Still looking pretty nice.
Beard lined. That was recent.
Beard lined. Looking very nice. Eyes. Covered by a mask.
The mask.
A mask. The mask that he earlier was wearing over his mouth and nose. Now he wears over his eyes. And around his ears. So, I don't know if we talked about this before. Have we talked about your eyeball condition?
Don't think we have.
All right. Do
Like,
you
what
want to
we're
go
doing
into it
now?
now? Because I feel like it has to be explained. Or we could just
Yeah.
not talk about it and you could just be the dude who's doing that.
I'm leaning towards go ahead and explain it. Right now, I have only so many stupid unexplained points. I'd like to stay at the amount of stupid unexplained points I have. Like, let's not shoot right up by me like, oh, he wears holeless masks over his eyes. Masks that are meant to cover you from getting viruses. Yeah, he takes those, flips them right up, puts them over his eyes.
He does
instead.
the opposite. He closes his eyes and opens his mouth and nose up.
He says pshaw to the virus. He laughs in the face of sickness.
He just walks around licking things.
Yeah. And you know he's not judging. He can't see. He's licking things with a mask over his eyes. He's going for anything, any form of virus or sickness. It's not gonna phase
Give
me.
it to me.
My immune system is top notch. So it's as simple as this. Went to the eye doctor, routine checkup, needed new glasses because I also had old glasses. His are 5 years, mine are like 3 or 4 years. Not much better, like probably about 4 years old. I go there, I'm inquiring about contacts. Boom. Lady hits me and she's like, that's all good and well. Your eyes are in so-so condition. However, follow steps on these papers or you could end up blind though. Like, you're okay. But, yeah, follow steps on these papers or you could go blind. And I'm like, all right, that's a pretty big jump there. She's like, yeah.
What's so funny about you telling this story is that I'm looking at you with this, with the mask over your eyes. And it's so funny because I'm looking at your face like you're still making all the facial
You
expressions.
can still
and stuff.
see. It's the reverse of what you see on the daily because
Yeah.
you normally,
Normally
don't
you look
know
at
how
people's
people are
eyes.
expressing with their, yeah. This is the opposite.
I can see your whole face, but your eyes are covered.
Because if people were going to work like this, they're expressing the stupidest facial expressions under their mask because they're thinking of the reverse. They don't know you can see their mouth. They have lip hang. They're just...
So, I'm sorry. Continue your story.
Yeah, I'm at risk of going blind. Now, to specify, the things that I was told to not do anymore was smoke, let my eyes receive large amounts of blue light, take in direct sunlight, and no wind stuff. couldn't go wind. What's that called? Wind surfing? Is that what that is?
Windsurfing?
Is that a
Yeah.
thing, or am I making that up?
Yeah, no, that's a thing.
That's the thing.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
None that windy because I guess the dryness affects whatever, however it works. So she was like, I would recommend probably just whenever you're outside now, wear shades. This lady basically told me, adapt to the blind man lifestyle
Said,
now.
go Stevie Wonder mode right now.
No one will ever know the transition. So throw shades on now. It's kind of what she said. So I regularly, since July of this year, I wear shades. That was like early July. I wear shades outside. You see me, you think I'm a douchebag. We kind of went into this just a little bit.
So the reason that needed to be explained is because as he's telling that story, if you could hear, me and Nia are currently passing back and forth a joint in my car.
Yeah.
We're hotboxing. He's surrounded by smoke, so his eyes are being shielded. He's using the mask to protect his eyeballs, which is honestly brilliant.
This is done.
And what I will say drop my comments on, is that if this backfires, y'all now know about it as long as this episode gets posted. That's the first thing. You will know about it. We don't know if this is going to help if this actually matters. Like, if masking my eyes is what's going to help. And then thirdly, in a minute here, there's probably going to be an update of how I'm looking, and the update is going to be that the bottom of my mask is wet from tears rolling down into my eyes.
Well, we did just finish the joint, so you can take it off pretty soon. Or you could just continue to bask. Yeah,
Jesus.
bask in the smoke, I was going to say.
I'm gonna just
Because that's the thing. You're protecting your eyes, but you're using what you need right now, which is your mouth and nose to breathe.
That's true. I'm breathing well. There's no restrictions.
Yeah.
Just like I was saying. What was I saying earlier? Don't restrict me. Don't you dare restrict me.
What?
Remember that? That was literally just a minute ago.
Who were you saying that to?
To the seatbelt. Because I was like, why is my belt on? No restrictions.
No.
That's not
No
what you would
recollection.
say. No.
That's definitely what I said.
no.
So y'all are restricting me too.
Not only did we just smoke a joint, but Shawn here has also had some THC.
Ah, yeah. I bought extract oil. And because I'm a ratchet, I decided to just squirt some on my thumb and suck it off. That's literally the method I chose. Squirt it on my thumb, suck it off. It's doing its job, to say the least. 3 little pellets, actually. 3 little pellets doing the job. I'm under this mask crying. And I don't know if it's because it's so smoky or if that's just that's the side effects.
Welcome
That's
to
a part of the
2020,
strain.
everybody.
Welcome to 2020.
Welcome to 2020, motherfuckers.
You get a side of tears with every meal. Man, that's a trash slogan for that year. If I'm time traveling and they go, I was like, hey, what happened? Like, what's the slogan for 2020? What did they give that one? Like, oh, apparently it's you get a side of tears with every meal. Like, nah, what's 2021 looking like? Like, all tears. That's the slogan for 2021.
You're like, oh man, this is.
Are you telling me it only gets worse? Like, yeah, no. You don't want to know what 2022 is.
2023 wasn't too bad, but then 2024, everything just totally
Shit
changed.
dropped. Aside from the episode, I just got to ask, do either of y'all have water?
You have
Having
water.
some powerful dry.
Bro, you
said-
finished?
yep.
Oh, oh, gotcha.
I have some. You trying to waterfall?
You already knew what I was going to say.
Alright.
Now, the trajectory's going to be off because my eyes are covered. You kind of need your vision to...
Let your seat back.
Where is?
Let her pour it into your mouth.
If you drown me...
Waterboard him.
No, just give.
Put the mask over your nose real quick.
Over my nose. Well,
All right, you're about to do
if
a
you
waterfall
waterboard me,
during
God
the
damn it.
podcast.
Then I'm going to
Are
be
you
wet
gonna
face
give, like,
instead
a
of wet
ESPN
legs.
play-by-play?
I guess I have to.
You definitely have to.
Is this enough? Incline? Decline?
This is kind of a lot.
It looks like it's as far as it goes back.
Oh.
Is it? Does it feel like it goes back more?
Oh, you talking to me?
Yeah, you. Bruh.
You're
Let's
the
just
one
pour the water.
getting
Let's
water
just pour
poured
the
into
Oh my.
your mouth.
All right.
Let's just pour the water. Because
All
I
right.
don't know what's going on. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so his mouth is wide open, but not quite wide enough. There you go. Yeah, dislocate that jaw. Yeah, get that throat ready. Nia's really taking the suspense. She's really honey dicking him.
Oh, it's about to spill out your mouth.
Thank you.
Oh, more?
So his mouth was full of water and he was still calling for more before he wanted to swallow. Now he's getting more poured in. It's getting pretty full. He's giving the thumbs up sign. And another deep swallow.
I don't like how you're wording that, but alright. I guess it's accurate.
I don't like how you're just getting water poured into your mouth in the middle of the podcast.
Didn't you recommend it?
Why can't you drink your own water?
I'm out.
It's a waterfall. I forgot it's her water.
Oh my goodness. And also,
think I'm
not to
paying
mention,
servants
I
to
was
pour water
using
in my mouth?
both hands on the bottle. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yeah, Nia was using maximum focus and attention to pouring water.
Not only to not drown me, but to not give me more water than she wanted to give me.
Not too little, but not too much.
And also not to accidentally spill it on you.
Yeah, wet me up. Don't get me wet up.
You'll be wet legs and wet chest.
Something we
See?
wanted to talk about
Just
on
wet
the
man.
podcast
Yeah.
was kind of about the fact that as a collective, no one really knows how we look.
Oh, yeah. Other than the descriptions we just gave just now of how we look currently, y'all have no idea. Y'all got nothing to go
I didn't
on
even
that
get
much.
described.
Oh, yeah.
Nia's
Exactly
never
the
been
point.
described. She's just been a voice the whole time.
Yeah, I'm calling, I called her before we started the episode. I just called her Nia Mysterio. Y'all at least remember that, right?
Put it this way.
No, you said my last name should be Mystery.
Put
Mysterious.
it this way. She
I said Mysterio.
is about 50% of the way there already to being Dora for Halloween.
Bet that's not what you imagined. Or is it? If that's exactly what you imagined, it's kind of hilarious. You have really
Yeah,
good
that's great.
imagining skills.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's we don't really.
Aren't there pictures of us up on the site though? Because if so,
No.
I mean,
No, there's no pictures.
oh, you had the
there's
plan to, but it
animations.
never.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Because I was gonna say we were completely.
And I didn't even get those yet.
how do you guys feel about that?
Kind of feels cool because I always like the idea of what you can do with anonymity. I can trash myself and get people's reaction, whether or not they agree or disagree, and they don't know that that's me until I'd be like, I'm wet legs. You listen to this paper, yeah, that's me. I'm wet legs.
Yeah, that's true.
And now I know what you really think, so fuck y'all. Just walk away holding up my middle fingers yeah, thanks. Thanks for showing your true colors.
Do you plan? What about you, Nia? Before I ask that.
I mean, I put out, I guess as we all do on social media, you kind of put out what you want people to see, I'm not too concerned, because that's, I want people to see the podcast. Forget about what we look like. Listen to us, because we're hilarious.
Right.
And, same with my art. So, it's kind of cool, but also it's I don't care either way,
Okay.
Because for me, that's not the focus.
Right.
But you are going to flex your door skills on Halloween.
If we're not doing Rick and Morty, perhaps.
I'm thinking do both. Thinking just You have base level Dora, and then you do the glow up for Morty. That's basically what you do.
Because you're also 50% of the way.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But so, I guess you kind of answered already about asking.
Oh, Morty, I'm all the way there.
Do you feel like you'll continue to kind of, I guess I shouldn't, for lack of a better term, go out of the way to maintain being anonymous?
Talking about me?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because Nia kind of answered.
Oh,
already,
yeah,
so I
yeah,
don't really
yeah,
care.
yeah. I actually plan to try and possibly do the opposite. Like, get a little... Might just go ahead and be like, hey, this is me. Want to connect? Want to know me and more about what I do? Gain some connection as a fan?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not a fan. All right. Sorry. Didn't mean to waste your time.
See, I think about that too. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah.
It seems pretty cool to have, like, you know, connection and letting people kind of in more, so they get more invested.
I will say, though, it's going to I feel like it's going to lead to me somewhere down the line trolling.
But see, no, that's what happens once you do that. Once you go the route of, like, letting people see into your life and see into your business, that's when they troll you.
They're allowed to have, their judgments, and
You've opened those
stuff.
doors. So that's the scary part of it.
Yeah.
That's the part that's beneficial about being anonymous, is that it's hard for people to have anything on us outside of this podcast.
Yeah.
No one really knows
That
who we
is
are.
what we've said. Maybe we maximize anonymity. We
I
just
don't
start
know.
shutting down social accounts except for the painfully tight accounts.
Yeah. And we only exist as animations. That would be kind of cool.
That's next level.
That'd be kind of cool.
Like, we delete, because you know how we plugged our social media links in every episode?
Yeah. No,
You go back and listen to them and be like, I know for sure they used to plug their socials. How do they have it to where they're only plugging the painfully tight ones now? This can't be real.
Yeah, we go over and paste over all
Yeah,
of them.
yeah.
No, what if we just changed all of our profiles into our animation character's profile?
We're gonna get lost in alternate beings, basically.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool.
No,
We're gonna
it's
be
kinda
like
cool, though.
what's the group? Gorillas. Gorillas.
Yeah, kind of like
Wow,
gorillas.
that one took me some time. Gorillas. Yeah. No one knows how they look, right?
Very few. I assume
That's
the
crazy.
hardcore gorillas fans. I
Wow.
don't know how the gorillas look. I've never really looked for it. I'm pretty sure you could find it.
And they all like have like a character with
Yeah.
each one of their
Yeah,
animations or whatever.
that'd be kind of cool, but like as a podcast.
Yeah. All right, let's make a
Yeah.
pact to delete all of our social accounts.
Yeah.
You guys have fun with that.
Let us know.
Blood oath.
Let us know if you want us to be more connected and stuff, or if you want us to just become
Yeah.
animation
Let us know if
characters.
on the next episode you want to hear a blood pact of us vowing to never let you see us. We'll consider doing it, but except for the blood part.
Let's try.
Unless
to
you are slicing hands. If you're slicing hands, I'm not gonna wuss out. I guess
I
we're
was gonna
slicing
say,
hands.
let's leave as
If we
much blood
get
out
this
of this as
video-
possible.
to at least 1,000 likes.
We'll drain our blood for you guys, right? Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
The Clout Lords.
The Clout Lords.
Clout lords.
This needs to be a sketch that we do.
No, but seriously
The
though,
Clout Lords.
if anyone has
It's like
an
a royal
opinion,
family, but
let
only
us
for
know.
clout.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Give us a little. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. You can't see all the funny stuff that's happening around.
It's
you.
funny because I'm
You're-
looking in your direction too, but you're just like, why? Why are you?
That's why I'm saying. That's why it's funny, because you're still acting as if you can see. Even though you have a mask on.
But it's like weird because like you're experiencing what the listeners.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like
yeah,
you can't
that's
see
what
the,
this is.
You can't see the podcast either. You're
I'm just
listening
realizing
to the
why
podcast.
this feels like surreal, kind of. I'm like, I'm in the podcast, but listening to it.
So we're at about 25 minutes.
Wow. So just want to let the viewers know, time is passing in half speed for me. Because I thought that was about it. I was like, it was a good sode. It was a good sode.
No, we still have time. Luckily,
Good.
because we haven't talked about anything else. We've only been talking about the eyeballs and stuff. And
Hey, so I kind of,
being
if we don't
seen.
have like exact topics, there was some that I kind of thought about.
Okay.
I want to gauge your opinions.
Well, I
Let's
think
hear it.
we should start with a very brief regular update.
Style? Regular update style? I
Or we just reformat it.
Do we have updates?
those were the updates.
I mean, a little bit,
Those
yeah.
were the updates.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. So basically, whatever happens the first half of the episode, that was the updates.
Yeah, because normally that's just how it be.
Yeah.
Other,
But-
only other update, my biceps are looking kind of outrageous, but that's
yeah.
neither here nor there.
Definitely.
So we were
Veins
gonna
are popping.
leave
What did you just say?
Well, okay, we won't have to be on. I can just touch on it real quickly. I was thinking about our character evolutions, and now also including Nia's. How we were saying they haven't seen us. Our evolutions are crazy because we have even evolved since we started this podcast. Like we've changed even up to that point. We started the podcast, and as you know, I was very tubby, and a lot more bummy. There's been a transitional phase here. I had to lose some of the bummy points. All right?
Yeah, it's been pretty
You've
miraculous,
gone through-
honestly.
Yeah. It's like, wow, he's really upgrading. This makes my podcast feel better, honestly. You took the stank off my podcast. I appreciate it. Haven't you gone through like 2 long hair phases since the start of this podcast?
No.
No?
It was long the whole time until recently.
Okay. Well, yeah, but now you rock a curly, light skin fade. What was that? What we're juice box?
Yeah.
Not a juice box. Light skin fade.
Curls
That's what
on
I'm
the
calling
top.
it.
Yeah.
I cut my hair too.
Doing that,
Nia cut her hair too. Yep.
Nia cut her hair,
A
and
lot of
consider you also have become smaller. We've both become smaller than the start of this podcast, than when this podcast started.
Yeah.
Nia, still small as ever, changed up the hairstyles. Got the what would you call? Do you have a name for that? Because I remember when we looked it up, we didn't see a name. It just was like short, curly side.
So,
cut.
okay, my hair is super curly, and I cut probably, what was that, like 10 inches off of most of it?
Okay, well, for that to be relevant, we have to know how long it was at first. Did you measure your hair length?
Well, I cut it off 10 inches to approximately where it is now. Like, that's how much we got rid of.
Cool.
So, now I'm rocking the short do. My hair was
Don't
probably...
understand it, do you?
Me?
Sorry, continue, Nia.
But yeah, used to have longer hair. Now it's like real short. Like it doesn't even touch the bottom of my neck. Short.
And you've evolved to occasionally rocking the didn't you say that's called the half up, half down?
Mm-hmm.
The half up, half down ponytail style, which I always wanted to
AKA.
pull off somehow, aka the Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, I saw McFoley do it once, but we all know who did it best. So
Mick Foley.
I'm gonna find it for you, and you're gonna be like, wow, I didn't know you did that. It's hilarious. But yeah, and now you've been doing that, and I gotta say, I never knew how I was gonna achieve it, but that's something I kind of always set out to do at some point, and I've never done. Half up, half down ponytail.
You gonna look like a little black girl in grade school.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now. My sides are shaved, and so is the back.
You gonna look like
I only have hair on the top of my head. I'm not gonna do it
you're
now.
on the girls' middle school basketball team.
Yeah, especially with the build, kind of.
That's definitely how you gonna look.
I probably got some pretty mean
Your
mean
top
inside game.
prospect already out of middle school.
Clean inside game.
6'3", 156
Couple
pounds.
dunkers.
Half up, half down ponytail.
Half down ponytail. Yeah.
With a barrette in the top part.
And I go hard. I'm kind of fearsome.
Yep. Hard in the paint because you're 6'3" in middle school, bro.
6'3" in middle school. Jesus.
You're a fucking tank.
Man, that girl, she's going all the way. She's getting the championship no later than her second year. If it hasn't happened first year, second year, she's getting that chip.
Can you imagine, like, being that girl? Imagine that. You're 12 years old. You're 6'3".
Yeah, that's.
It's a.
Where's the mentality?
That's crazy. Also considering
You only
that
have one option. You have
that's
to
an
be a
extra foot
basketball
taller
player.
than what I currently am.
Yeah.
I feel like that changes, like, because sometimes you can feel. How do I put this? You feel slightly more vulnerable when you're small, man or woman, But knowing you're 6'3" at 12 years old, you gotta feel like, all right, well, I'm not attacking people, but I certainly could. I certainly have a size advantage on all my classmates. I really, really hate to see what happens if one of them tried me.
But also, like, do you think any 12-year-old boys are really trying to talk to her?
I don't know if they can work up to it.
Yeah, I don't know if they have it. I don't know even if they want to, I don't know if they have it in them because of the stature. I think they're too nervous.
There's some, I feel like there's some that they definitely want to.
But they're like,
And they're just like, I can't. That's.
because then they're going to be like this
How do I approach her?
5 foot tall kid next to this 6'3", 156 pounds,
156 pounds.
12-year-old with a half up, half down ponytail.
I think he has a shot if he has handles. If he can show her his court skills, that's instant respect. If you're
So
5
like,
feet,
like middle school loving basketball.
middle school loving basketball.
So the little kid is Omar Epps.
Epps.
the middle school play version.
Middle school.
She's also in the. Well, she's pretty talented.
Wow. Jeez, Prodigy style.
Maybe she has an option to be an actress as well.
That's a hell of a way to start off, because I feel like the buzz, she's already gained most of the buzz. Senior year, she has all these opportunities.
That's what I'm saying.
Senior year, it's like, wow. Just because you're
Senior
really
year,
super duper tall.
You're 6'10".
Senior year is 6'10".
Jeez.
It's over.
You definitely took your high school to the championship. Most likely won. And you have opportunities to be an actress
At 6'10".
at 6'10".
You know how, like, legitimate your acting skills must be? You're pulling off characters way shorter than you. You're out acting your height. You're tall as fuck, but you're making it still be invested like you're not a giant.
Or maybe she's not playing roles where she has to be smaller. Maybe she's playing roles where they're like, oh yeah, you're like a good warrior.
She exclusively plays giants,
Maybe she
Amazon.
only plays giants. Yeah, she has a recurring role in a Marvel film.
Well, see, now that's the smart way to go about it,
Yeah.
because they're gonna want more of that. One movie she does it, and they're like,
She's
wow,
gonna
that's
be
epic.
female Groot.
That's epic, because female Groot. Why wouldn't we want female Groot? Why wouldn't all the motion picture companies be like, I want that. I'm making a movie, and I have room for that. Bring your 6'10" self down tomorrow, we start filming.
Somebody else is like, I'm making a movie. I don't have room for it right now, but I'll make room.
I'll make room for that big body. Bring it on down here. Start next week.
That was quite a tangent.
It was.
Yeah. Quite the tangent.
Especially because I imagine they ate up a good amount of time.
We're still good.
Okay.
Mainly because, like we said, there hasn't been a hiatus. So there really isn't anything new to talk about.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, unless we want to painfully comment on the game from the
you weren't here the last time.
Yeah.
I mean...
You've been off for a few episodes, actually. So you should have...
Yeah. But, I mean, not really, because I just work and now do homework. There's nothing really...
And practice driving.
I do that as well, yes.
Vroom,
Yes.
vroom.
Nia and Shawn
We're getting our lives together.
getting their lives together.
Starting.
See, this is the more you listen, just like you were saying, a lot of things change on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah,
Talking so
they're
soft.
both working on getting their licenses.
If I could throw in one more update, just because I
Throw it
don't
in.
know if this was ever commented
Throw
on.
it in, bro.
Update.
The beard that was mentioned earlier that I'm growing, it's quite thick. We just said lined. It's getting in there pretty full.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And only reason I have to bring it up is because I just want you guys to know, in the last episode when I was talking about eating Chipotle, since then I've eaten more meals, more vigorously, and I must say it's bringing the inner, animal out of me, the fact that I can't keep my mustache out of my mouth. So as I'm eating, it makes me angry that I'm eating these delicious meals so ravenously, but there's hair in the corners of my mouth
If
slipping.
you're really eating ravenously, wouldn't care.
I guess I'm not that much of a raven.
Raven.
Not that much of a raven, sir. With that being said, Ravenclaw for life. My throat's getting pretty dry now.
Hufflepuff.
That's
Right.
I thought you
That's
were.
how I'm gonna talk.
I didn't realize. I didn't realize that that's how you were really sounding.
Yeah, it's getting pretty.
Wow.
Getting
And
pretty
you
dry in here.
had water.
Yeah, about before we left, and one since we've been driving.
Yeah, mine, the one that I brought.
Yeah. So you recall.
And you just waterfalled for me.
You were pretty light with those amounts of water, though.
There's
to be
not
so
that
real.
much in the bottle.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was being light with it. 'cause
How about
there's
you
not
had?
much
I
left.
can't
Oh,
see,
so
so I
let's
assumed
talk
you had
about
a canister of water.
A pretty big topic. Let's talk about Khabib and Gaethje
Oh yeah,
coming up.
Oh,
Let's
snap.
start getting ready for that.
the chaos battle,
First of all,
the damage derby.
let's make our picks, our final picks. Rana.
Khabib Nurmagomedov. Just in
Same.
case my hands were in front of my mouth, I'll say that again. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
And in case you didn't hear me, same.
Wow. Same.
That makes three of us.
There was a fist bump that just happened between me and Shawn.
Just to let you know,
And
we're
one
soaking
coming
in
up
the
between
moment.
me and Javon.
Nice.
So
nice. Y'all know what's going on.
we all are in agreement.
First thing I have to say about that is what I always say. If it goes south, it's really going to burn because I'm going to be like, y'all ruined my prediction skills. By jumping onto the same prediction that I have, whether you had it before or not, I feel like that's what happened. You ruined my prediction skills. You can't have 3 prediction gods. You can only have 1. And also, if he upsets the world, man, Justin Gaethje beat Khabib, who we thought was never going to beat Nurmagomedov.
Well, if
Yeah.
Khabib wins, what is this, 30-0?
29.
29. No.
Oh, this is 29, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that Khabib will still be focused as he has always been, and
Mhm.
I think he's going to be disciplined and he's going to fight hard because I think he really respects Gaethje. So he's going to give it his very best effort because he he knows the danger that Gaethje really represents. Everyone else he's fought, he didn't really see it.
Mm-hmm.
Gaethje is someone who he's like, all right, this dude could be a problem if I let him be. I'm not going to, but if I let him be, he could be a problem.
Yeah.
That's how I feel like Khabib feels right now. And I think he will keep it under control.
So, like, I kind of saw this on Instagram. Do we give Khabib the GOAT sticker yet? Is he one of the GOATs?
Getting ready. I'm getting ready. Depending on who this 30th fight is against. Assuming he can get past Gaethje.
Yeah, if we're just gonna kind of step over him.
Not to disrespect Gaethje, because
not at all.
Before I went on that, I wanted to talk about Gaethje, but I'll come back to it. But assuming he gets past Gaethje, depending on who this 30th fight is against and how he performs against them, that's how I have to give him the GOAT sticker.
Okay. Now, out of curiosity, in that same question, slightly off topic, is Cejudo, did we ever decide whether or not we give him a GOAT sticker yet? Because we were making the argument, and he made the argument, honestly. Double champ. What, 2 Olympic gold medals? Or just 1?
I think I can't just give it to him yet, because I mean, how I would have to say it is of his era.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would have to say of his era, because he beat the best of his era. But if he doesn't fight again, or if he only fights one more time against Volkanovski and then retires, either way, I can't call him a GOAT, because he never actually defended any of his titles. Well, he defended the 35-pound belt, but he never defended it against the top opponents, I feel like. He fought Marlon, who was a top opponent, but then he fought Cruz, who was old. And he kind of struggled, almost.
Almost.
So I wouldn't be able to call him the GOAT unless his next fight, unless he comes back and he fights again at 35 and he fights Jan, or he fights Aljo, or somebody top notch.
Those good fights. I know I'm kind of jumping back and forth, but I didn't get to inquire. Would you give a GOAT sticker to Khabib, Nia?
At this point, yeah, because I don't know of anybody else's record who's 28-0 in MMA, you know?
Well,
no, it's a really short list, I can tell you that much.
And plus, all of his, very few of his wins have been decisions. Because he just wrestles you until you give up.
He just kind of breaks you.
Yeah.
It's not just a record. It's like he makes sure that in your heart you do feel he won. You're like, yeah, he broke that man. Even though that man's not asleep. Even though that man's still conscious. Is he really? This man came out worse for wear. He really does more.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying, he feels like it's not really a win if the other dude can deny it to himself.
Mm-hmm.
If he still has the ability to say to himself, well, I was beating him. I know I was having my moments. I know I was getting them. If that person still has that, then it's not really a win in his mind. He wants to make sure that you're depressed.
That's with that level of skill, that's a very scary mentality. I'm skilled and I'm making sure you know you lost. I want to make you accept this L.
I want to make sure you know that with all of the hard work that I'm sure you've put in, it wasn't enough to do anything against me. That's crazy. That's crazy, because that's what happens to guys. That's
you know it wasn't an off night. I crushed you.
Yeah, that's the shock that you see on their faces. Is like, this is, with all the experience I have, this is nothing like what I anticipated.
That's why you kind of I gotta respect your GOAT sticker argument, Nia. I do. I feel like it's easy to already be like, yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And kind of, he's gotten most of the argument out of the way. You could have argued Tony, but now you don't fully know if you want to argue Tony as an argument. To like, not argument as who's the GOAT, but at least someone who's in his way of, do we want to give it to him or not? Like, But that will depend a little bit on what he does to Gaethje, on what Khabib does to Gaethje. That's how my math looks at it, at least.
Yeah, and so that's what I was wanting to hit on, because I do think, even though I'm picking Khabib, it's because I believe that he really is far ahead in terms of just the amount of skill and experience he has on top of these other guys. He's just been doing it too long. It's really hard to catch up in short periods of time that these guys have been training MMA. So I think that when he is focused and disciplined, he can beat anybody. So I do think he's going to pull it off. I think Gaethje's going to give him the fight of his life.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the game plan that they're both talking about is they've never been guys to like hide what they're going to do. They've always been open about what their game plans are, and they've always been 100% true to it. You're not going to make them change their style.
I'm coming out to do what I do every time.
Yeah. And they're doing that, and that's what they're saying this time. They're both staying true to it. Khabib said, I'm going to wrestle him 100 times. I'm assuming he means if he keeps defending, I'm just going to keep shooting. This is going to be a wrestling match. That's basically what he said. I'm not going to stop. He has to defend the takedown. If he's like, all right, if he's going to make this a boxing match, he's going to have to make it a boxing match.
Wow.
He's giving him that respect, because we know he's wanted to get a little flashy sometimes and show his hands off, but he's not really talking like that. He's being straight up. He's respecting that Gaethje is a killer. He's like, I'm just going to wrestle the fuck out of him. I know he's a wrestler too, but he's like, if he's not gonna defend the takedown, he's gonna be on the ground. And if he is a good enough wrestler to defend the takedown, then we gonna have a wrestling match. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I feel like, the motivation of wanting to do right by his late father.
R.I.P.
He's about to pull out a world-class performance. A world-class, specifically, like a wrestling clinic. It's not just that he's going to wrestle the hell out of him. I feel like he's really about to show the depth of like what he does.
Well, that's what his coach,
to be
Javier Mendez, has always called or referred to as father's game plan, father's style.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I agree with you. I think you're right. I think because that's father's style, to respect his father, he's going to use that. He's going to stay disciplined to it. At first, I didn't know if that was going to be the case. But I do believe that that's what he's going to do. And if he does, I think it'll be the same result. It's going to be, I see it going down as the first time his style actually met some resistance.
Yeah.
His style, he executed it perfectly, but even executing it perfectly still didn't work almost. I think Gaethje might be able to still resist the style, because he just has that dog in him.
Yeah.
He has the heart of a lion. And what he says he's going to do is force the fight to the center of the cage. He says that the only reason Khabib is successful as he is of a wrestler is because guys back up to the cage. And that if he forces the fight to the center of the cage, that he's going to be able to keep it standing. And he's going to kick him in his leg. And he said that I only need to kick him, I think he said like 4 or 5 times.
I think that's what I heard.
That's what he's calling. He's like, I call it. I'm saying it. I only need to kick him 4 or 5 times. And that'll change the fight.
It's crazy, though, because I could see it happening, possibly. I could see that.
I think we all can.
Yeah.
And that's what's exciting about it, is because when I say we all can, that's including Khabib and Gaethje. They see it going both of those ways.
It's part of what really leads me to believe they're about to put a lot in. This is going to be a really...
They're just going to straight up meet with the game plan that they're saying what the game plan is. They're going to meet up and just see if it works.
Yeah.
But they're not going to back off of it. They're just going to push it harder. Whatever the game plan is, if it's not working at first, by both of their mentalities, they're just going to push it harder. They're just going to push it to the highest level they can go. It's going to be pretty impressive to watch.
I think it's going to be another one of this year's pretty notably good fights.
That's the thing with Gaethje. Every time he fights, it might be the fight of the year. Yeah. Going into it, you're like, this might be the best fight we see. And that's basically been his whole career.
That's why, like I said, you got my respect. I might not respect him off the bat, but you got my respect. Man's something to see. He's something else.
All right, well, we're at 52 minutes, guys.
52 minutes.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
This has been cool.
Yeah, it's a nice episode.
Format as usual worked with this, just mostly winging.
Yeah, I mean, we were all high.
Mm-hmm.
It was very impromptu, very off the rip.
Quite, yeah.
But I feel like it was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
So let's wrap it up smoothly.
Well, we're probably gonna do it anyway at some point. But let us know what y'all think of the all 3 format. How much you liked it. What was your favorite parts? What did you not like? Did you not have enough Nia this episode? Let us know. Too much
Let us know in the comments below.
Too much Vaughn? We can get the levels right.
Or if you don't let us know in the comments, let us know on our social medias.
Yeah, because we didn't cover them up.
Yeah, actually, since you're here, why don't you plug the social medias?
Alright, so...
Plug it in.
Twitter, Instagram, @PainfullyTight.
Yeah.
My social media, both Twitter and Instagram, NiaHope96.
Swag. Now, if you want to catch me, as past mentioned, you can't catch me on Twitter, unfortunately. But you can get me on Instagram @its_black. And you can get me on SoundCloud, Black Cash, BLACC.ca $H. New music dropping October 15th.
Ooh.
Actually, this
Oh,
time.
shit.
Actually.
Oh, shit.
We're holding you to that.
Is there a title?
Actually, this time.
WTW. Will to Win.
Alright.
October 15th.
This is pretty big news.
Yeah.
This is the first time we found out about this.
Well, I think I actually said it on the last episode, but I won't hold that against you. You were in a pretty
Well, this is
deep
my
state.
First time hearing it.
Yeah, it's the first time on the trio format.
Wow. So I'm just as excited then.
Good. Someone's got to be excited.
Where can we find you in your excitement?
On Twitter. That's basically where I live. That's where you get the most. We were talking about not knowing our personas. I'm the most well known, mainly just because I'm on Twitter the most. You catch me at Javon _Kamanawai, at the Love Doctor.
Should we
There's a picture of me as a little kid. Don't be confused.
Yeah, should we start calling him Twitter Fingers? Should that be his like nickname?
Your wet legs, he's Twitter fingers?
Twitter Fingers and wet legs.
I don't really like it, but I mean, if that's
Because you never had one. You know, we never gave you the one. She's knees.
Isn't that one kind of weak?
Little knees, young
Yeah,
knees.
it does seem
I feel like what's happening is what happened when I got given wet legs. I didn't like it.
No, because I
But
fully accept it. It makes
fits.
sense. Yeah,
It fits.
but it just seems kind of weak.
Twitter Fingers?
Y'all's are kind of original.
Little knees, wet legs.
Yeah, I kind of.
Yeah, but hers is not that. Hers is
Anyway.
Mine's a sound.
just trying to escape the unwanted nickname.
We'll continue this discussion at a
Knees.
later time.
It's
let us
also a limb.
let us know what you think on the social medias.
Please. And
Snap,
as
snap.
Always.
Snap, snap.
Blippity bloppity blue. We say
And we're
goodbye
out.
to you.